Since you see this poetry journal on my desk, you know it's time for another design team project for 49 Dragonflies. Today I would like to create a fairy themed page with some fairy quotes, and I would like to turn these girls here into some cute fairies. Enjoy! Hi there, this is Luise Heinzel. Welcome back to my channel Junk Journal Art. Yeah, as I said, I'm on my way in this journal here, and I'm so happy that I'm allowed to create another design team project for the lovely Barbara from 49 Dragonflies. So I have chosen some items from her shop. So on the one hand, those cute butterflies, those are really new. So they have really vibrant colors and they are so cute. Here are also some dragonflies, but we will only need the butterflies today. So I already have fuzzy cut them out with this little white frame here. So let me take only one so that you can see the size. They are really, yeah, I would say in a medium size, and for me it's easier to cut along this thing here with this wide frame. So if you are able to cut it along this image here, of course you can also cut this exactly, but for me it's a little bit easier, and for this project I think it looks a little bit nicer when it has this wide frame here around. But if you want to imitate this little tutorial here or this process that I'm showing you today, of course you can decide if you want to cut this with the wide frame or without. It would be no difference for the result, I think. The other thing I've chosen are these little flowers here. So it's also a fuzzy cut sheet that Barbara has in her shop. Those flowers are really, really cute and really, yeah, in this typical vintage look, but also in, yeah, some, I think, this whimsical colors. So they are not really bright and also not that vintage, but it's, yeah, some kind of mystical thing behind those flowers, I think. And I thought they could fit really nice to this fairy theme. So I have these, and then I have her fairy quotes. So these are not all, because I used some of them already, but she has a whole sheet with really lovely quotes about fairies. So please check that out in her shop. So I don't want to bore you, so I will not read them all, but you can check them out in her shop. I have the link for her shop down below in the description box so that you can check everything out, and you can also get a 10% discount on her shop if you use the code that's written down below in the description box, if you want to shop in her shop. Does that make sense? I hope so. So I also have these things here. I also cut those out, but they will not stay in this squared form as they are here, because I want to make some fairy wings out of them with the help of this and with the butterflies, to make those little girls here that I have from my stash into some fairies. So I don't know if you know those things here in your area. When I was a child, then we, collected those. In German they are called Glanzbilder, so that means nothing else than shiny pictures. And yeah, as you can see, they are really glossy, but I think for this fairy theme that would look really nice. So I already started a fairy page in this journal, because I already made a German version of this video, so a German variation of this video, let me call it like that. So if you want to see how I made this thing here, so on the one hand, this little girl here, this little envelope where I can store the quotes that I don't need now, and go back, this girl, then you can check out the German version of the video. So the tutorial that I give there is really similar to what I will do now. So I will do some additional things here to this page. But if you want to see how I have created this, of course you can check out the German video as well. Even if you don't understand German, you can follow along after watching this video. I think you can understand the other video as well when you see what I'm doing there. So I would like to add some fairies here, so exactly 2, so there's both here. I'm not sure until now how they will go here, but they have to go here to complete this fairy family, so that I have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages in this journal with all this fairy themed things. The first thing that I want to do is choose 2 of those butterflies here that would fit to the colors of these girls here. So obviously these butterflies are not big enough. So I decided to make this butterflies a little bit bigger with a little trick. So I take this thing here, that's also from Barbara's shop, as I said, and I will now just fold this in half like this. Yeah, really simple. Then I take my butterfly, lay it here to this paper, take a pencil, and then I will just trace the shape of the butterfly, but I will leave a little space here so that my shape here is a little bit bigger than the original shape of the butterfly. I ignore this thing here, don't know how that's called, and I have a problem, I can't see this really clearly. Okay, so then I take this and I also leave this butterfly here while I'm cutting, because then my guideline, sorry, because then my guideline has not to be such exact, because I can vary it a little bit, and of course you don't have to cut the original shape of this thing. I just cut it, oh my god. Yeah, okay, so I think it will be okay later. So let's cut this little thing here as well. Okay, so sorry. The shape of this paper below, of course, doesn't have to be the same shape as the butterfly is. I like it when it's a little bit different and not exactly the same. So, but it has to be a little bit bigger so that you can see it later. And of course, we want to enlarge this whole butterfly. So we have to go a little bit bigger and bigger and bigger with each layer that we will use here. And then I also have this paper here from Barbara's shop. This is, such a masterboard. And in this item, there are 2 pages. So this is the 1 page, and this is the rest of the other page. So if you want to see the rest, please check out Barbara's shop. I used the rest of this for my other tutorial, for the German tutorial. So sorry, I didn't thought about to print it out twice when I started the camera. But I want to use this red that we have here, because I think that could fit really well to the red of the girl and also to the red here of the butterfly. So I will just take this folded thing here, and now you can decide how you want to do that, but make sure that if you choose a color, so this red for example, that the red is on the edge of this shape so that you can later on see it. So when you have the wing and you make it like this, then most of the red will disappear below the other paper, of course. So I make it like this. So perhaps like this, so that it can show here and here. Perhaps a little bit like this, so that I have the chance to cut there. And then I just make a little line here so that I know where I have to fold the paper. That's the middle, of course, of this whole thing. Then I can make it like this. And now put this thing here on top. And if you want, you can also put this here so that you can have a better imagination on how that will look in the end. And of course, you could also take this image. So if you don't have such a girl, of course, you can take any other girl that you have and put it, for example, here like this, so that you can imagine how this would look in the end. So yeah, not exactly, but you know what I mean. And then just go around here another time, and a little bit bigger than the original second layer was. And I just have to decide how I want it here at the end. I think I would like to try to make some interesting shape here at the end. Like this butterfly here has at the end, so this little drop, or how can I say that? Perhaps that can look interesting. If not, we can always cut it later, but I think that perhaps can look interesting. So let's just cut this. And now I'm really excited how this will look. Okay, so let's fold it out. Of course, now this shape looks really weird, but no panic. We will cut this later after gluing, and this will not stay as it is. But if you like that, of course, you could also glue these 3 layers on top of each other and leave it as it is, as a butterfly ornament for your journal. Just checking if that can work. Okay, so let's try that. I just take my distress ink. I'm using the Vintage Photo Distress Ink by Tim Holtz, and I just take the layers of my paper and do it like this, so that I get a really irregular distressing. So yeah, when I go over this here now, of course, that will be a little bit different than when I would distress every piece separately. Okay, so now we have this for this girl, and let's just make the same thing. So of course that's not finished, but let's just make the same thing for her. So I think this would be really beautiful. Now we have this, and then I want to put some lace in between of those layers. In the German version of this video, as you can see, I cut the shape of these wings from a piece of lace. So it's this kind of lace. And yeah, I just cut the shape. But in this case, I want to do it a little bit different. I just want to take this here, this kind of lace, because on the other side of the page where this girls will go, I have this thing here. So I made this little, yeah, page frame decoration, or how would you call that? like a, yeah, really simple version of a snippet roll, I would say. And there I used the same lace. And I think it could be really cute if we take the same kind of lace and just put it in between of those layers here now. And so that we can see something. I think it would be good. So I can't put it in this direction, because in the end you will see nothing, only this top part. So we have to do it in this direction, and I'm just thinking about if this will be enough so that we can see it, that we really can see it. So I think I will put two pieces, one in this direction and perhaps the next like this and then like this. Is that too much? Yeah, I think it's too irregular. So let's also put it on top of this first layer and then perhaps do it like this. Yeah, I think that's better. So that looks really weird, I know. Now I take the first layer, so that's the biggest layer. Then I just put some glue here. Put this lace here so that it is peeking out a little bit here to the sides. And then just glue the next layer. And I try to glue it not completely, so that here on the left and the right side is not so much glue, but make sure that there where the lace is, it's really, yeah, that it sticks together and that it's really sturdy, so that nothing will fall apart later when you put this to your journal. And then when we have this, we let this dry and just glue this thing here. So I also take two pieces of lace here. I really like that with this red. I think you could even really leave this like it is and put it into your journal. Yeah, like a really unusual element, but yeah, I think I like those things. Hopefully you like it as well. So okay. Then when this is dry, so hopefully it is dry, I cut it exactly in the middle. So as you can see, I go here into this little slot and then carefully cut this. When the glue is not really dry, you can make it like this so that everything stays in place. And now we have two of those little wing things here. Because, yeah, of course, the girl is a little bit too thick. So she's not thick at all, but of course she's too thick to put this in one piece on her back. So now we can put it like this and then play around with the position of these wings. And as you can see now, those wings are really yeah, much bigger, much more visible. The butterfly is included here, but it looks more like wings than when we only took the if we only take the butterfly and cut it into half and glue one piece here and one piece here. And I think it looks a little bit extravagant. Is that the same word like in German? I don't know. It's, yeah, some kind of more than an image, but some kind of piece of art or that stuff that we want to have in our journals. So let's try to figure out where to put those. I think it's a really easy decision because these wings are really big, and I think I don't want to have this here peeking out because I already have this thing here peeking out. So perhaps it's a better idea to put it here and the other one here. I really don't know. Yeah, but I think I like this contrast between this brown and also the green in the background. And I will really have problems to put the wings to her here, I think. The other one that I did for the German video was really a bit more easy, but I think it has to be something like this. So because she's looking to the right, this wing has to be, yeah, for the eye a little bit bigger and more present. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so I just glue her down here, but only to the middle, so that I can put some of the flowers to her later, and not only in front of her, but also to the back side, so underneath this thing here. But I have to put her here that she is here and not that she's not moving around or something like that. And here on this page I have this little shit here with the glue. I made this in the German version of the video, so I have to cover this up. And I'm just thinking about taking some of this paper and put it here behind her, so that she also gets some kind of a frame. You can see I have the frame of this page here around this fairy thing. And we have here also some kind of a frame. As you can see, I put some of this masterboard here underneath as well. And she has a background as well. So I want to have a background for her also. I'm just thinking this red. Barbara did a really great job with this red. So I think it's perfect for this page. Let's try. So I have this little cutout here, so I will tear this like this, so that I have a straight line, that this can fit to the page. Let's leave a tiny white frame for here around. I think that could be a nice thing or whatever. And then we have to tear it here, but where? Shall I put it underneath the butterfly wings here, perhaps? So then it has to be so. I think this thing with the red was a really good idea. Even if here is green and blue, I think it's really nice. So where do you have to go? So we need, I will not glue her now, because I will first decide which quotes I would like to use, and also which of the flowers I want to use. Okay, fairies sleep here. That makes no sense because they are not sleeping. So what else do we have? I believe in fairies. I do. Those who don't believe in magic will never find it. I think that's really nice. So I will take those really yeah, how my feelings are at the moment. Leave room in your garden for fairies to dance. Yeah, I think that's the second one that I want to use. And perhaps like this. So first I think I have to decide where she has to be with her legs and her feet. So I think, yeah, it would make the most sense to put her to this line here. But then I think we get trouble with the left wing. Yeah, but why not putting this on top of the other butterfly? I think I don't have a problem with that. So I'm just looking for the lines that this page has. So we have one line here so that she can stand on this line here, and we also have one line here from this envelope in the background and the other one here. So here would be not enough space, but if I put her here, then I have this line and her on top of this, and I think that would make sense that one half of her body is on the lighter paper and one on the darker. We have one line here and one line here, so I think we can break this by perhaps putting it here, or even here if we would put some flowers around here. So let's choose some of those beautiful flowers from Barbara's shop, and perhaps we can make a little arrangement here around her. I'm sure that she will stay here, so I will first glue her here. Perhaps like this, but I don't want to cover all of those beautiful butterflies here. But I think here it is a little bit too much. But perhaps we can also take this red one and put it to this page to get yeah, some kind of color bridge to the other red here, but this is more orange than red. That's not so good. But if we break it like this, perhaps that can work. But this is too much. I think that's too much. Perhaps we can make it like this and cover this so that this flower is not completely shown. But this is also really much white. Perhaps the other direction. So I couldn't cut this out more exactly than it is here, because it's too filigrane for my fingers. I'm not able to cut such tiny things, but I think for such a collage it's also okay to cut it like this. Yeah, I think that's okay. Okay. So let's just distress this quote as well. So I think that's nice. I think I will put this one here so that we have the combination with the blue but not on the same page, and we also have the blue here, so that can be perhaps a good idea. But I think on this side here, yeah, okay. So what about this dragonfly here, to have this blue here again? Is that too much? I think it has to be somewhere here. And I also will put some glue here so that this can't bend when I flip the page. Also some here. Now, when I know that I will not put something behind here anymore, then I can do it like this. But I also like that the wings of the dragonfly come out here a little bit, and that not everything is glued down completely flat. So let's see what we have left over here. If we can put perhaps something in the background here, I think that would look really nice if some of the flowers would peek out here. What do you think about this? I think that's, now it looks really round here. Don't know if that's a good idea. What about this? But I think it needs something here in the background. This is really empty when it's like this. Yeah, okay, so let's glue this. Don't overthink it, just do it. Even if other people don't like it, you have to be satisfied with it. So Barbara, if you don't like it, I don't care about it. No, so I care about it. So that's the main problem of this whole thing here. So because Barbara always does such amazing things and such beautiful collages and that stuff, and I'm always sitting in front of my phone or my iPad or wherever I'm watching her videos, and I'm so thrilled about her work, and then I'm always a little bit stressed when I do this. So stressed in a positive way, but I'm stressed. Because I want to make it good, of course. Okay, so one last thing, I'm thinking about putting something here to this this thing here, so that it's covered up a little bit, and that you can't see that this is only a half page here. I can't do that. If I would do it, I can't glue it. Oh my gosh. I can't glue it here because of this thing. I just realized that this is a page. I'm totally confused. And when I do it like this, it will be seen on the back side. So let's do another thing. Let's take, where is it? A piece of lace here. And just put this here so that you can't see this strange thing there. Okay, so, and I just want to add some distressing ink here and there so that the white of this cutout, this fuzzy cutting thing, is not so extreme. But as I said, I have some problems with cutting out such tiny things. I always try it, but sometimes, yeah, it gets a little bit, yeah, some kind of rough and not so exact. So I think I can cover this a little bit with this ink so that it's not such visible. And I think when we do this, we also can add some distress ink here to the edges. Perhaps I should have done this before gluing this, but as you can see, it works. Okay, so I think I'm finished. So I hope you like this, and I hope you will go to Barbara's shop and search for some digitals that you like and that you want to purchase. So yeah, I hope you liked it. I hope you will create your own fairy themed page, and I hope we will see the next time. So yeah, I wish you all the best. Bye bye.